In this video, I will explain why communism does not work. Communism is a system of Marxist socialism. It is an ideology which believes that the working class, the proletariat, are exploited by capitalism, the bourgeoisie ruling class, or by rich capitalist employers, and need to have a violent revolution to take control of the state and of the distribution of wealth and property. So why doesn't communism work? Number 1. Communism espouses class warfare. This means that, at least in the initial stages of revolution and the immediately ensuing government, whole sectors of society within a given country will be turned against one another. Namely, the rich against the working class, the proletariat workers against the bourgeois ruling class. National unity is a very important factor in the stability of any given country, and as such, the concept of class warfare completely destroys this necessary aspect. No unity, no stable nation. It will then not be long before revolt, coups, and the inevitable dissipation of the country comes to pass. Number 2. A lack of investment. Within communism comes the nationalisation of industry, financial institutions. All aspects of society are brought under the control of the state. Potential foreign and domestic investors are pushed away. Domestic investors are likely dead or exiled after the revolution, while foreign investors are turned off completely by the abolishment of private property laws within a communist state. No private capital, no ability to accrue wealth within the country, then there is absolutely no incentive for voluntary investment. No investment, economic growth will stagnate. Number 3. The destruction of the intelligentsia. Communism necessitates a purge of the intellectuals, teachers, lawyers, doctors and engineers, etc., within the state, usually due to these being the largest obstacles to, and staunchest opponents of the forced redistribution of wealth and the suppression of free thought. They are stifled due to their speaking out against communist thought, then murdered, depriving society of their influence and benefits. Without the intellectual class, society is suddenly bereft of much creativity and many highly skilled workers. Thus, technology, the arts and cultures stagnate. Number 4. The destruction of the traditional family. Communism dictates that the concept of family must be destroyed. Traditional family is the core of a strong society. It is the most elementary and natural organism upon which a nation must be built. It is the greatest bulwark against infiltration by alien elements, and a defence against immorality and societal weakness. If family was to be destroyed, then a population's ability to empathise, cooperate and trust one another will be severely impaired. Number 5. Religion. In communism, religion is seen as a bourgeois element which must be thoroughly disposed of. Without religion, a society loses its spirituality. Spirituality is a necessary element for human growth, a basis for morality, and even a distraction and relief against the worries and cares of life. It offers man something further and deeper than simple material or financial gain to strive for. It brings deeper meaning to man's very existence. Without this, man sees life and existence as truly finite. It brings a definite change, and the dismantling of religious institutions will for many take away a possible constant from a life in constant flux. Number 6. The destruction of morality. Within communism, the concept of morality itself must be destroyed, and possibly remade. Without a system of morality, and therefore a suppression and dissolution of conscience, there will be no basis for positive contact and exchange between any two people. Society will not exist apart from constant violence in this case, and so the destruction of morality is nearly impossible, and will necessitate a replacement of the destroyed morality, as will and must organically occur. Number 7. The abolishment of private property and the equalising of all people within a state. Communism advocates the nationalisation of private property, bringing it into the hands of the state so as to be redistributed in a fairer manner. It also believes that all people must be seen as equal. With no ability to build wealth through material or financial gain, by an assumed constant communist redistribution, and a single wage for all, regardless of skill, experience, qualifications, and occupation. No man has any reason to strive, and is unable to better his position in any manner. Bettering one's circumstances and prestige are both strong motivating factors in working life. Improvement is a necessary aspect of life and the human condition. The labour force will lack motivation, simply. Biologically, physically, intellectually and otherwise, humans are not equal to one another. This is a fact. No political policies or violence may change this. Ideally, one would treat another as an equal, but there will always be an elite class in society, as certain people will always be more noticeably gifted in leadership and charisma. A hard-working, principled man will not easily see a lazy and inconsistent man as his equal. Number 8. Economics as a whole. Communism has and will always fail because in its purest form it suppresses economic growth and investment and in fact illegalizes profit and private ownership. It is thoroughly destructive economically, as well as socially. Communism in practice has always been incredibly destructive, and it largely fails in its objectives, having to compromise on many of its points for practical reasons. Countries like the USSR, and most notably China, had to incorporate capitalist elements, even nationalism or patriotism, and allow certain democratic freedoms to survive. Its internationalism is too vague to truly unite people, and its anti-nationalist fervour prevents much solidarity within a nation on the grounds of a voluntary common purpose. Communism is not a voluntary system. This is not by any means a comprehensive explanation of the failures of communism, but I feel it emphasises a few of the most notable points. It has often been argued by Marxists that true communism has never been achieved, with conservative estimates showing that between 80 and 100 million human beings have died as a result of communism in less than a century. I would not like to see the resulting mortality rate in achieving pure communism. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Give likes, dislikes, and comment in the video below to see if you disagree or agree. Discuss. Bye.